in the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to SOUQ News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, SOUQ News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. SOUQ News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, SOUQ News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. SOUQ News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions.
My name is Dr. Rafiu Oladipo.
My name is Baba Jalal Repega.
I'm Reverend Juliet Benite.
I'm Godio Didi.
My name is Professor Oladokun Sulaiman Olarawaju.
SOUQ News is on the ground, loading.
Very enlightening, very educative, and entertaining.
Thank you to SOUQ News.
So I'm happy that SOUQ TV has come into existence. I'm happy to be here in the SOUQ News.
I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and keep watching news that makes sense.
As Browning said, one's extension of one's reach should not exceed one's grasp, or what is heaven for. And I think SOUQ News is doing that.
Africa needs a voice of truth, and SOUQ News has become one of them. And get ready, get ready, get ready.
And keep watching.
Keep watching SOUQ News.
Keep watching SOUQ News. It's a place to be.
Keep watching SOUQ News.
SOUQ News TV, where we'll keep you updated with latest happenings from around the world. And before we get into the details, here are the headlines. Idumota Market. Eko Idumota, once a residential neighborhood, is home to Idumota Market located on Lagos Island. It is one of the oldest and arguably one of the largest markets in West Africa. Idumota is a historic neighborhood adjacent to the Lagos port that facilitated the slave trade, and later under the British indirect rule, it surrounded to exports that fueled the colonial enterprise. Idumota was also the location of an Armed Forces Remembrance Cenotaph called Soja Idumota, built as a monument to Nigerian soldiers who served with the West African Frontier Force. An Eyo Masquerade statue and a clock tower are also some monuments at Idumota. Idumota Market is so popular that large sales are recorded as early as 7 a.m. The market is made up of hundreds of locked-up shops occupying several multi-story buildings with some measuring about 5 or more floors. In 2010, the Lagos State government demolished some illegal structures in order to improve vehicular and human movement in and around the markets. During weekdays, the neighborhood of Idumota is densely populated by shoppers, traders, and bus passengers. From the Carter Bridge, ascending into Lagos Island, passengers can see the neighborhood before disembarking at their final destination. Idumota Market accommodates the substantial inflow of imported goods. The bulk of import from abroad are routed first through Idumota and then on to other markets through Nigeria and other West and Central African countries. The energy of private Idumota traders and wholesalers facilitate this activity, where millions of US dollars worth of wholesale is exchanged daily. Idumota Markets, SOUQ Enlightenment. All right, thank you for joining us. I am Juvi Ufiene, and you are still on to SOUQ News Hour. We'll begin from Nigeria, where President Bola Tinubu has signed the Student Loans Reenactment Bill into law yesterday at the State House in Abuja. The signing ceremony, attended by National Assembly leadership, ministers, and key education stakeholders, marked the repeal of the 2023 Students' Loan Access to Higher Education Act and the reenactment of the 2004 Student Loans Access to Education Bill. The executive bill establishes the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, a corporate body entrusted with managing and investing funds to provide loans for Nigerians pursuing higher education, vocational training, and skills acquisition programs. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has greenlit a tariff hike for customers falling under the Band A category. The Vice Chairman, Musili Oseni, confirmed the increase from 66 Naira to 225 Naira per kilowatt per hour. Band A customers who receive 20 hours of electricity supply daily represent 15% of the country's 12 million electricity consumers. The cost per unit of electricity is expected to vary across distribution companies and depending on customer consumption levels. According to the approver, customers under Yola Discos may pay between 234 Naira and 179 Naira per kilowatt per hour, while those under Just Disco could pay between 166 and 101 Naira per kilowatt per hour. Similarly, Ikeja Electric customers may face rates between 143 Naira and 69 Naira per kilowatts per hour. And Abuja Disco's customer might be charged between 153 Naira and 74 Naira per kilowatts per hour, amongst others. The Nigerian government, through the Federal Ministry of Education, has opened applications for the 2024/2025 Slovakia National Scholarship Program, inviting postgraduate students, masters, and PhDs to apply. Announced on Wednesday, April the 3rd, 2024, the scholarship aims to cover living costs and travel allowances. Interested Nigerians can visit the website for eligibility criteria and application details, with the deadline set for April 30th, 2024. The program covers various categories of students, including those of its university outside Slovakia, PhD students, international university teachers, researchers, and artists invited for academic stays in Slovakia. Established in 2005, the National Scholarship Program is funded by the Ministry of Education, Science and Research, and Sport of the Slovakia Republic to support student mobility. The Central Bank of Nigeria's recent open market operation, OMO bill, auction on April the 3rd, 2024, saw a substantial sale totaling 676.65 billion naira, with over 652 billion naira sold at a 21% interest rate. This move aimed at absorbing excess liquidity from the financial system attracted a strong turnout from investors. Notably, the 363-day bills dominated the auction, drawing on extraordinary subscription of 1.16 trillion naira against a 350 billion naira offer. The high subscription for longer tenors underscores the market's appetite for higher returns amid rising interest rates. The auction reflects the CBN's commitment to tightening monetary policy in response to economic conditions, signaling potential ripple effects of increased rates in the broader financial markets. Another groundbreaking development, the $20 billion Dangote refinery has announced plans to commence petrol supply to Nigeria's domestic market starting May 2024. This landmark decision comes as Nigeria grapples with significant dependence on imported petroleum products. The refinery, with a projected capacity of 650,000 barrels per day, aims to alleviate this reliance by producing 99 million liters of gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and kerosene daily. The announcement made recently by Dangote refinery officials marks a pivotal moment in Nigeria's quest for energy self-sufficiency. It comes amidst soaring diesel prices, which have witnessed a remarkable 20.6% drop to 1,350 naira per liter in April 2024. This price decline follows increased petroleum product supplies to the market, with Dangote refinery playing a significant role. Chief Executive Officer of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Dr. Muda Yusuf, hailed the refinery's move, emphasizing its potential to reduce forex pressures and stimulate economic growth. He noted that the refinery's pricing strategy, setting diesel prices as 1,225 naira per liter, has already influenced market dynamics positively. The latest Forbes World Billionaires list for 2024 unveils significant shifts in Nigeria's billionaire landscape. Aliko Dangote and Abdul Sahad Rabiu experienced a combined wealth decline of $3.8 billion, with Dangote's fortune decreasing by $0.8 billion to $13.4 billion and Rabiu's by $3.0 billion to $5.2 billion. This plunge is attributed to currency devaluation and economic challenges in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Femi Otedola rejoined the list with a net worth of $1.4 billion, marking a noteworthy comeback. During the first quarter of 2024, Nigeria witnessed a decline in imports, with Nigeria Customs Service reporting a 5% decrease in single goods declaration compared to the first quarter of 2023 and a more significant 23% drop from the first quarter of 2022. The fluctuation in import duties, driven by the Central Bank of Nigeria's issuance of approximately 28 different rates, was cited as the primary reason for this decline. The Minister of Finance initiated consultations with the Central Bank to address these challenges. Despite the import decline, there was a 10.60% increase in export activities. Revenue for the first quarter of the 2024 rose to over 1.3 trillion naira, marking a substantial 122.35% rise from the previous year. Additionally, plans were announced to establish laboratories for verifying the authenticity of imported and exported goods, aimed at enhancing regulatory compliance and quality standards in trade operations. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, the news continues. Do not go anywhere.
My name is Charles Abana.
My name is Professor Martins Emeje.
Professor Sylvester Odion Akaine.
Keep
watching
SOUQ News TV.
The best news channel online.
It's elevating, it's enlightening, it's educating.
Muhammad Ali found his root in Africa. Rumble in the jungle. I swear the king is humble. Jesse Jackson, O.J. Simpson, this is black history. Andrew Young visit Africa in the late 60s. Legend, Bob Marley make the life different. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X are big names. They fought for black Americans in the old days. We need the same revolution in our own ways. Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Mr. Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre and Eddie Murphy. American prosperity ain't complete with African poverty. It's legendary Idris Abdul Karim, and you are on to SOUQ News. You don't touch that dial.
Idumota Market. Eko Idumota, once a residential neighborhood, is home to Idumota Market located on Lagos Island. It is one of the oldest and arguably one of the largest markets in West Africa. Idumota is a historic neighborhood adjacent to the Lagos port that facilitated the slave trade and later, under the British indirect rule, it surrounded to exports that fueled the colonial enterprise. Idumota was also the location of an armed forces remembrance cenotaph called Soja Idumota, built as a monument to Nigerian soldiers who served with the West African Frontier Force. An Eyo Masquerade statue and a clock tower are also some monuments at Idumota. Idumota Market is so popular that large sales are recorded as early as 7 a.m. The market is made up of hundreds of locked-up shops occupying several multi-story buildings, with some measuring about 5 or more floors. In 2010, the Lagos State government demolished some illegal structures in order to improve vehicular and human movement in and around the markets. During weekdays, the neighborhood of Idumota is densely populated by shoppers, traders, and bus passengers. From the Carter Bridge ascending into Lagos Island, passengers can see the neighborhood before disembarking at their final destination. Idumota Market accommodates the substantial inflow of imported goods. The bulk of import from abroad are routed first through Idumota and then on to other markets through Nigeria and other West and Central African countries. The energy of private Idumota traders and wholesalers facilitate this activity, where millions of US dollars worth of wholesale is exchanged daily. Idumota Market, SOUQ Enlightenment. Welcome. And now away from Nigeria but still in Africa, Senegal's newly elected president Bassirou Diomaye Faye has announced plans for an audit of the country's oil, gas and mining sectors, emphasizing his commitment to transparency and accountability. The audit represents one of the first policy initiatives since his inauguration on Tuesday, signaling a proactive approach to governance. Additionally, Faye stressed the importance of responsibly managing Senegal's natural resources, affirming that the interests of investors will be safeguarded while assuring the protection of both state and public interests. Despite not providing detailed plans, he reassured investors of their welcome in Senegal. Ivory Coast has inaugurated a 37.5 megawatts solar power plant, marking its initial step towards renewable energy integration. As a leading cocoa producer, the country aims to become a significant power supplier in West Africa, currently relying on oil and gas. With plans to achieve 45% renewable energy by 2030, Minister Mamadou Sangafoa Coulibaly praised the solar plant's inauguration as a move towards clean energy transition. The plant, located in Bondaili, will contribute to his goal with ambitions to add 679 megawatts from solar projects by 2030. Supported by German financing, the expansion aims to increase the plant's capacity to 33 megawatts by April 2025, reinforcing Ivory Coast's commitment to sustainable energy development. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is currently engaged in assessing Kenya's adherence to the terms of its $4.43 billion loan program established in 2021. This evaluation precedes the potential paying out of further financial assistance to support Kenya's economic objectives. An IMF spokesperson confirmed that a team is conducting the review in Nairobi, indicating ongoing efforts to monitor and support Kenya's financial stability and development initiatives. Still in Kenya, Kenya's central bank is considering raising capital requirements for banks to lessen risk and support their expansion into regional markets. Governor Kamau Thagi noticed plans for the proposed increase following a recent Monetary Policy Committee meeting. Currently, the minimum funding level stands at $7.6 million, but the specifics of the proposed adjustments are expected to be published in the coming month. Away from Africa, the United Arab Emirates, UAE's first 5G smart warehouse, a collaboration between Huawei and local carrier, has commenced operations in Dubai South Free Zone. This pioneering initiative aims to deploy 5G-driven robot warehouse solutions, revolutionizing the country's logistics sector. Leveraging state-of-the-art 5G technology, the project enhances warehousing logistics, boosts efficiency, cuts costs, and optimizes supply chain operations. It sets a new standard for logistic management, reflecting the UAE's commitment to technological advancement. Huawei's contribution includes delivering a 5G campus network solution and automation capabilities, ensuring seamless communication within the facility. Jajil Liu, chairman of Huawei UAE, emphasized the significance of digital transformation and the role of technology in driving economic development. The 5G smart warehouse signifies a pivotal step towards a smarter logistic era, benefiting businesses and consumers alike. The Bank of Korea, BOK, is considering a significant patch-up in its approach to forward guidance, considering extending the timeframe and introducing visual estimates to enhance transparency. Governor Ri Chang-yong has been leading the proposal, aims to provide regular conditional forward guidance on policy interest rates for periods of 6 months or longer, along with detailed growth and inflation forecasts. However, the plan faces internal opposition from some board members and senior officials who are concerned about potential breaks in public confidence in policy, particularly if circumstances change exceedingly. If implemented, this move will mark a going away from the BOK's current practice of verbal forward guidance and align with broader efforts to enhance transparency and public understanding of the bank's action. Despite the potential benefits of increased clarity, there are apprehensions about the accuracy of such projections, drawing from experiences of other central banks like the Federal Reserve and the Reserve Bank of Australia, which have faced criticism for failing to foresee recent policy rise and falls in their forecast. The proposal awaits approval from the BOK's governing board. We'll go on another break, and when we return, the news continues. Do
My name is Yinka Babalola.
My name is Ijoma Pelokoro.
My name is Joshua Hassan.
I am Rotarian or Mosunde Lawson. It's Ife Rita Ejezie. My friends call me Ife.
My name is Lola Dare.
I'm inviting you to keep watching SOUQ News. It's the right station to tune to.
I like SOUQ News. SOUQ News is good.
I want to charge you all to listen to SOUQ News, watch the news.
You can have unlimited news first time.
Find SOUQ News. Be with SOUQ News. Never switch off. You are better for it. SOUQ News is the real thing.
Listen to their coverage and you'll be glad you did.
Turn to your YouTube, turn to your Instagram, turn to all your digital channels and look for SOUQ News.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Please, guys, keep watching.
SOUQ News.
Welcome and many thanks for having stayed with us this long, and we'll continue the news. Chile's central bank has revised its GDP growth forecast for 2024 to a range of 2% to 3%, up from the previous estimate of 1.25% to 2.25%, following a surprise rise in economic activity in early 2024. The revision comes after the bank slashed its benchmark interest rate by 75 basis points to 6.5%, signaling further potential cuts depending on the macroeconomic landscape and inflation trajectory. Inflation has declined towards the 3% target, supported by reduced domestic spending and narrowing activity gap, correcting previous macroeconomic imbalances. Despite a projected increase in headline inflation to 3.8% due to currency depreciation, the bank foresees convergence to the target within its two-year policy horizon. Additionally, GDP growth projections for 2025 and 2026 range between 1.5% and 2.5%, indicating adjustment with the economic potential growth rate, while copper prices are expected to average $3.85 per pound in 2024. Japanese companies have agreed to raise wages by 5.24% this year, the biggest increase since 1991. This news comes after annual pay negotiation between the businesses and the country's largest union group, Rengo. The wage hike is significant for Japan's Prime Minister, Fumio Kishida, who hopes it will help the country emerge from deflation. The Bank of Japan Governor, Kazuo Ueda, also sees sustained wage growth as essential for a healthy economy. France is advocating for measures within the European Union aimed at rebalancing trade with China, citing concerns over the influx of Chinese products flooding the EU market. Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire will discuss potential strategies with German and Italian counterparts in Paris, followed by a meeting with China's trade minister. The discussions will focus on incorporating environmental criteria into trade policies to address the economic threat posed by excessive Chinese imports. The dollar hovered below recent highs early today, awaiting U.S. labor data for clues on interest rates, while the yen weakened against other major currencies. Unexpectedly, slow U.S. service growth pushed the dollar lower on Wednesday, though it remains the top-performing G10 currency this year as rate cut expectations went down. U.S. stock closed mostly higher on Wednesday, influenced by mixed economic data and comments from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The yen faced pressure even after Japan's recent rate hike, hovering near historic lows against the euro and Canadian dollar. Yen volatility increased, possibly in expectation of sharp reactions to U.S. labor data. Markets await European PM readings and ECB meeting outcomes, with U.S. labor data on Friday holding significant attention. Google is considering charging users for premium internet search results powered by artificial intelligence (AI). The tech giant is exploring several ideas about how to use the technology, including incorporating enhanced search tools as part of its premium subscription services. Google's main search engine will remain free to use with additional content available to those who pay a fee. Adverts would continue to appear alongside search results even for subscribers. Gold prices broke records once again, reaching new heights on expectations of falling interest rates in the United States. This increase is caused by two main factors: expectations of the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates and strong demand for the precious metal from China. Lower interest rates make gold a more attractive investment compared to bonds, which typically offer lower returns in such an environment. Investors are looking for alternative assets that can potentially offer better returns, and gold fits the bill. China is also playing a significant role in gold surge. With a slow economy and struggling real estate sector, Chinese investors are turning to gold as a safe haven asset. Additionally, China's central bank has been a major buyer of gold in recent years, further increasing global demand. This trend of rising gold prices could continue if the Federal Reserve follows through on its projected rate cuts. However, some uncertainties remain, such as whether central banks will maintain their aggressive gold buying sprees. Lastly, we'll take a turn to sport. Taiwan's National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission, NBTC, has removed the FIFA World Cup from its list of mandatory free-to-air broadcasts. This decision follows conflicts over broadcast rights and payment for the last World Cup. And that's all there is on this edition of News Hour. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms at SOUQ News TV. I am Juvi Ofiane. Many thanks for watching. SOUQ Pulse comes up shortly. Stay tuned.